And welcome into the Tyus Bowser Show, Press Box 105.7 The Fan. We are live from Mother's North Grille in Timonium. My name is Glenn Clark. She is the NFL chick, Reeta Hubbard. And can you keep that noise going for the host of our show? He is Mr. Tyus Bowser. Good to see you, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing good. And yourself?
I am great, man. It is great to be back together. Great to be here after a win.
Yes.
All the things we like. All of
Absolutely.
those things are
Loving
good
it
things.
right now.
Today's show is brought to you by AJ Michaels. What company has the expertise and technology to make your home substantially more energy efficient, comfortable, and even virus-free? That's AJ Michaels Heating and Air Conditioning in Baltimore and Annapolis at ajmichaels.com. All right, Tyus, you got a first-time visitor, despite the fact he's been on the team all 3 years. The first time that he's been out to hang out with us. You want to introduce everybody to him?
Yeah, I don't think this guy needs too much of an introduction. You know, this is a Pro Bowler. How many Pro Bowls? Going to be fifth straight Pro Bowl.
Speaking it into existence, we like that.
One of the most feared fullbacks players in the NFL, and that guy's Pat Ricard.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See, this is why, Tyus, you got to bring more offensive guys, because the offensive guys come in and they are just ready. Like, we love the defensive players. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, they got the energy to them.
But look how Pat come in and just he's ready. We love that.
He's meant for it. He knows what he's doing.
He's got another life as a professional wrestler somewhere. I'm convinced of
I'm sure he does. I know that for sure.
That's Ben Cleveland, not me.
No, yeah, Ben Cleveland. You think he's a pro wrestler?
Yes.
Oh, I guess because he sort of looks like Brock Lesnar.
6'8", 400, shredded, ripped, muscle everywhere.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. He'll be able to do that for sure. All right. So as we said, it's good to be back together after a win. You know, you guys went through some stuff against the Bengals last year, right? Like down the stretch last season. You guys swept the Bengals this year. Yeah.
Yes.
How good does that feel?
No, first of all, say it again.
You guys swept the Bengals.
That up. Clap it up now.
Who day?
Oh.
How good does that feel?
It feels great. I can't really remember the time that we have swept the Bengals. We got a ton of respect for those guys, and they have a great, group of guys on their side. So, each week that we play them is going to be a battle. And, we've had, our wins, we've had our losses against them. So to be able to win, there and at home, it's a great feeling.
No doubt. No doubt. Pat, I mean, come on, man. It doesn't get better than that, right?
Yeah, like Ty said, any divisional game, regardless of record, it's always tough. And, those guys have been great the last couple of years, even though we've had our great games in the past. I think they kind of forgot about that. So they're, talking a lot of trash after. Do
you want to go right to it? We can go right to it.
No, we'll get to that. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to it. We'll get to the beef.
Yeah. So to, sweep them, it's a great feeling. In this game, we needed to win to get, solidify us in the first place in the division. So it was definitely a big win. And unfortunately, Joe got hurt. I wanted him to be healthy so that they had nothing to say after we beat them. But it is what it is. So
they had a lot to say.
A lot.
All right, we're going to have to go there, Reeta. We're just going to have no choice. We got to go right to it. So for those of you that didn't see it, Pat kind of got dragged in. Pat was happy to jump into a little bit of the fray this week. It started with Jermaine Pratt getting after Patrick Queen. Jermaine Pratt said, yeah, you were happy 9 went down. They were attacking you. Good S. Of course, he didn't say S, but I'm not going to say that word. There's children present. Patrick Queen responds by saying, 2 catches is attacking? I'll never be happy that my boy went down because, of course, Joe Burrow, that's his LSU guy, right? Like, they love each other. Let me call 42 for you so he can take you to the sideline to the bench again where you belong.
And then he says that, and then Pat Ricard replies with his own GIF to confirm exactly what Patrick Queen said. And that's my favorite part about it. When you have to use your own, when you use your own image to say, he said what he said, and I'm standing 10 toes down on that.
So you had no problem jumping into the fray. And
No, because what PQ said on Twitter is exactly what happened. I blocked him to the sideline, and while I was blocking him, he was like, "Good job, good job." So, you know, he's a guy that always talks, especially against us. I don't know why he does, but he does. So I had to make sure that I let him know.
no, Tyus, did you turn your mic off somehow? I'll fix that as we go. Yeah, there we go. We're good.
We're good.
Tyus, you can't hit the button at the bottom.
My fault. This is new technology.
Yeah,
so I'm working on it.
right. We're struggling with it. So, is that something that had been brewing for a little while? Maybe like did those words need to be shared by everybody? Like, hey, we all need to talk about it and remind you guys what just happened over the course of these last couple of games.
Yeah, I mean, Jermaine's a guy that is vocal on Twitter, and PQ is as well. And I don't think PQ is going to let him just say all that stuff about us, because he's been doing it for years, because they've been beating us. So I just felt like I had to jump in a little bit because I thought it was really funny. And what he said was true. So I had his back on and off the field.
That's Tyus. They might not have had Joe Burrow in the second half, but you guys didn't have Tyus Bowser for the whole game. So I'm pretty sure those two things equalize, right?
I believe they equal up, you know. I mean, I think I play a big part whenever I'm on the field, and so does Joe Burrow. So, I mean, I guess there's a balance between that part. So it's really just on who's on the field and what plays being made and what the score is at the end of the game. So
Reeta and I were talking about this after the game. It bothers me significantly. Like, y'all didn't have Lamar for a couple games last year.
yes,
I don't
playoff
remember.
game we didn't have him.
Right.
The game before we didn't have him. So I mean,
Was Ronnie out there on
no,
Thursday night?
Ronnie was not out there.
What about like Marlon? Marlon wasn't out there.
Marlon wasn't out
You
there
weren't out
either.
there on
I wasn't out there.
So like the wins just don't count
Yeah,
then? Is that the way it was?
I guess they don't count now.
So it's so weird. how
Everybody
that-
has excuses. Everybody is complaining. You know, it's a little soft nowadays. So
The
That's what we gotta
goalposts
deal with.
always swing when it doesn't fit the narratives that you're trying to portray. And that's how I see it. Because when they were happy about winning a playoff game against a Pro Bowl quarterback,
yes,
but a backup nonetheless,
yes,
that was okay.
that was okay.
But we can't feel happy that you guys won because Joe Burrow didn't play, but he played in the first one.
Yeah,
So does that one count?
I mean, you can say whatever at this point. I mean, at the end of the day, we won. That's all that matters.
Scoreboard. That's
Scoreboard.
what matters.
Exactly. Scoreboard.
Scoreboard
That's all
is
that matters
exactly
at the
what
end of the day.
matters. No doubt.
So I had the opportunity of being at the game on Thursday. And one of my favorite things about primetime games is that it really feels like everybody is just amped up. They come out and it is a party. And I don't know if you guys had heard this, but Patrick Mahomes was on he did the Manning cast, and he said that Seattle and Baltimore were the two places that really get going, the toughest atmospheres to play. And I felt like Thursday's game solidified Patrick Mahomes and what he said about how hard it is to play. They had multiple timeouts that they called. They had some pre-snap penalties. I mean, the crowd was on fire. How do you guys feel about playing on primetime? Because you only have one here. You have two primetime games, but they're away. But how does it feel to play at night in the dark with the black on and everything going on?
I feel like it's a different energy. It's a different part of you that comes out that, that doesn't come out because, you have 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock games. So, it's football at the end of the day, but it's something when them lights come on at nighttime and you aren't all black, especially when you're playing against Joe Burrow and the Bengals, like you said, a divisional opponent. There's that small part of you that comes out that's like, man, it's go time, and not only as a player, but as a fan, everybody's feeling that same exact way. Because, I mean, the crowd on Sundays is amazing, but it's something about when them lights come on at nighttime that everybody is on the same page. Everybody is in that same mindset of going out there and just letting it all out. So it was fun, man. It was awesome to experience that.
Pat, do you guys feed off of our energy when it's fired up and you know it's everybody's going and everything is just the energy is right? Do you guys feel that, and does that go through you in terms of like how you guys are on the sideline or how you guys are on the field?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard not to get all jazzed up and ready to go when there's thousands and thousands of people just screaming at you. So like, yeah, to piggyback the other question, it's like Thursday night and Sunday night or Monday night, you're the only game on. Everyone's watching you. So like that alone should get you ready to go. And then for it to be a home game, it's like there's nothing better. You know, you have all day to at the facility that yet Thursday morning, had some meetings, a little walkthrough. We have our tubs and all that. And what are the Bengals doing? What are, you know, away teams doing? They're just at the hotel all day, sleeping, and they don't have all the stuff that we do to get ready to go. And then, you know, we're in our city, we're driving down, we feel the excitement, you see all the people, and then it's just like, you know, I think Baltimore alone, it's like one of the best stadiums to play in, and especially a primetime game. They turn off all the lights. Everyone has their bracelets on. It's going crazy, and they do a great job with all the videos and just the fans just going absolutely nuts. And it was a divisional game, so it's even amped up even more. So it's like those are the games you remember, and you know, especially when you have a win like that, it's very special. And yeah, it was definitely a great time, that's for sure.
Did anybody get to meet Big Boy? Did anybody, Tyus, you weren't?
No.
Did you try to seek him out at all?
No, I was pretty much just chilling. You know?
Man.
So I was good.
Man, you
But
wasted.
the
You didn't get to
performance was
meet
great.
Rod Wave. You didn't get to meet Big. What are you doing, bro?
I had family in town.
Oh,
So I was around my family, you know, I had a
Alright.
good time with them. So
I'm sure they would have hated to meet Big Boy. I'm sure that would have been.
I'm pretty sure they had a better chance of getting close to him than
Than you
yeah,
did.
absolutely.
I don't even know who he is.
Wait, really?
So I came out at halftime and I'm like, who is this guy singing right now? Someone's like, it's Big Boy. I'm like, who's that?
Are you serious?
But did you know
No
who
idea.
Outkast
I still don't know
was?
who he is.
Did you know who Outkast was?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you know who Big
Who
Boy
let the dogs
is.
out, right? Was Outcast? Who let no?
Oh
No? Who's that?
Oh, Pat. Pat.
Sorry.
You said who let the dogs out?
Isn't that Outcast?
No.
All right. What's the Outcast song?
Oh, they have so many.
You
They
were
have,
way off for
So
sure.
fresh, so fresh and so clang clang.
yeah. They have, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
That's so fresh, so clang.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh my God. Outkast is one of the best groups of all time.
Roses really smell like boo, ooh, ooh.
Okay, I know that song.
Yeah, roses.
I still don't know who Big Boy is though. So
Bro, what just happened?
He said, "Who let the dogs out?"
How are we
I don't
gonna
even know who sings that, by the way. It's a funny
I
thing
don't
because that was the 2000 song
Yeah,
when the
it
Ravens won
was.
the Super Bowl. I have no
I can
idea.
tell you
I don't
because
either.
my kids like it. It's a group called the Baja Men that I assure
It
you
is the Baja
are
Man.
not in the same
I was
category.
listening to that when I was watching Disney Channel.
Bro.
I had that playing.
I'm really not sure how we move on from this. I'm
I'm
really
not sure either.
sure how we go through like other questions. Pat, everybody thank Pat for coming out. It is the Tyus Bowser Show, Press Box 1057, The Fan. Hey, if you or a loved one has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit helpmygamblingproblem.org for free confidential services. So a lot of good news. And then, but the bad news, besides Pat Ricard confusing Outcast with the Baja Men, the bad news, of course, is that Mark Andrews goes down. Again, that one apparently doesn't count in Jermaine Pratt's eyes. That one isn't.
Yeah,
It's just their guy. That's the one that counts.
yeah.
Obviously, it's devastating, right? This is Mark Andrews that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But beyond just who he is as a football player, Tyus, could you know, he was out here, did a show with us. Could you talk about what Mark means as part of like the heart and the soul of this team?
Yeah, just like you said, he's the heart of this team. Just his mindset, just his integrity, his leadership, his hard work, his dedication, sacrifice, everything that he puts to this team, man, is going to be missed. And, you know, not only just his play on the field, you know, speaks volumes, but the type of person, the type of man that he is, you know, speaks volumes as well. Like, if you ever get the chance to be around him, you get the chance to know him, like you'll run through a wall for that guy just because he'll do the exact same for you.
Wow.
And I'm gonna definitely miss him. I'm praying nothing but, healing, towards him. And, he's gonna be back soon. I know he's gonna come back even stronger than ever because I just know the type of guy he is. And I know he's working hard. I know he's getting his mind right to come back, as soon as possible, whenever that is, to come out there and dominate like he's been doing for the past several years.
I mean, maybe in the Super Bowl, right?
Maybe in the Super Bowl, man.
Maybe
I'm
not.
claiming it. Why not?
I love that. I love everything about it.
Claim it. So Pat, obviously at the fullback position, you're versatile in the sense of you can do so many things. You do H-back, you can block like a lineman, but you can also do some tight end things. Can we expect to see more? Mark Andrews can't be replaced. He's a guy that is, he's one of one. He's one of the generational tight ends that we've seen. But because of his absence, can we see more Project Pat doing tight end things?
So him and I have a little bit of different skill sets.
You can catch
A little
the
bit.
ball,
I can catch the
though.
ball, but I'm not running routes like he does. So
Okay.
we have guys to do that. So I don't anticipate my role really changing that much. Maybe I'll be asked to do a little bit more to kind of fill in what he was doing, but no one's going to be able to do what he did. So I think the roles that are going to be increased is going to be the, more receiving tight end. So Isaiah Likely is in his second year, along with Charlie Kolar. I think both those guys are going to get a lot more looks. I know we brought in a guy today, Scotty Washington, on the practice squad. So those are the guys that are going to absorb Mark's role. And I'm going to do my best to be there for those guys, be the leader in the room, because I am in the tight ends room. We don't have a fullback room for some reason. I don't know why, but so yeah,
I don't have the outside linebacker room either, so it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. We're just all lumped in together. But yeah, it's a huge blow to the team. But I know guys are excited for the opportunity to make a name for themselves. The two I named are two second-year guys who, in my opinion, are great players. I think Isaiah Likely can start anywhere in the league. He just gets overshadowed by Mark, and rightfully so, right? So, plan to see Isaiah and Charlie expand in roles more, and don't be expecting me to run all these routes and get the ball as much as him.
Throwing jump balls to you.
Yeah.
No?
I know my role. I know why I'm here. Maybe I'll play defense again, but probably not.
Oh man. All right. But before we wrap this segment, Tyus, just because we're talking about Mark, we just a couple of weeks ago, when Jadeveon was out here, we had a whole conversation about hip drop tackles, right?
Yeah.
And you were talking about, man, what are we gonna do? Outlaw everything?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's football at the end of the day, and unfortunately, injuries happen. And I kind of just mentioned just how in situations like that, just being able to kind of run through different tackles and things like that to maybe avoid those small, little tackles, things like that, to where you can get your foot out of a certain situation, or leg, whatever the case may be, arm, just because you're finishing through the play. So I mean, it's football at the end of the day, and injury is going to happen. But like I said, man, I know Mark is going to come back stronger than ever, and I'm excited to have him back, and just healing God's work towards him.
I'm not going to try to start a fight here, but Pat, I know you were asked about it after the game, and you think that maybe it's something that needs to be looked at a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at statistically speaking of those kind of tackles, and if offensive guys are getting injured by it, then maybe you got to look at it. But if it's every once in a while, because you got to look at it like a cowboy collar tackle, right? So someone grabs you the back of your shoulder pads and pulls you down. That used to be legal.
Yep.
But then guys probably started getting hurt, injured from it, so they had to make a rule change.
Yeah, Roy Williams made a career out of those tackles.
Yeah, so personally speaking, being a defensive guy in the past, it's very hard to tackle grown men running full speed trying to score. So you have to do everything you possibly can to bring a guy down. So if you're wrapping someone up And only way to bring them down is by get their legs caught up. That's what guys do. And unfortunately, guys get hurt by doing it. So I don't know if it's I don't know if you coach anything differently or if you have to tweak the rules so that doesn't happen. But then again, it's like if you can't do that, guys are going to wrap up and just get driven another 5-10 yards every single time. So it's just, it's hard. It's football. And, you know, we're thinking about player safety, but it's such a violent sport that sometimes it's cost of doing business, I guess.
No,
So
I get
it's
it.
difficult. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Especially as a defensive player too, when your objective is to get the guy down,
Right.
regardless of how to, you know, the legal way. And like you said, like the collar tackle, I mean, you talk about equipment. That's the guy's equipment, and
Right.
you know, compared to just simply grabbing a guy and tackling him. So I mean, it's just one of those very, you know, interesting, you know, questions that you gotta figure out the best solution to. And, you know, hopefully we do that, but I hope that we don't lose the, you know, integrity of the game as well.
All right. So would y'all please make some noise one more time? Tyus Bowser and Pat Ricard. Hey, if you missed him at the last Tyus Bowser show, you can meet Justin Matabike on Tuesday, December 19th at Wise Markets in Haverty Grace. A VIP autograph ticket will cost you a donation, a $25 donation to Grade 8's Memorabilia's Project 500 Gifts Toy Drive, which is doing really incredible work this holiday season. It's a win-win. You can get your autograph tickets right now, grade8smemorabilia.com with the number 8. Hey, and a special thanks to Geno Stone as his signing event last week helped Grade 8s pass out 640 Thanksgiving feasts today for those in need, which is awesome. When we come back in, speaking of good work, these two guys have done a lot of good work. I want to talk to them about all of that. And I want to talk about just Pat and how his role has continued within this offense under a new coordinator. So all that coming up, segment number 2 of the Tyus Bowser Show. Welcome back in for segment number 2 of the Tyus Bowser Show. Press Box 105.7 The Fan. Glenn and Reeta, a dude yelling Ravens. Tyus Bowser and Pat Ricard. We are all out here at Mother's North Grille in Timonium, where Santa is going to be coming up on December 2nd and 9th from 12 to 3 p.m. And also, they're having a big, ugly sweater party on December 2nd from 9 p.m. to close here at Mother's North Grille in Timonium. Please make sure you come out and join them for that. So a few of our regular crew got a very special invite on Friday nights, and they got to be part of a very special night as we officially launched the Tyus Bowser Foundation, which we are so happy.
Amazing, man.
Tyus, you told us, you teased it a couple weeks ago, but for people that don't know what it's all about, what do they need to know that you're trying to do and how you're trying to make a difference in the Tyus Bowser Foundation?
Yeah, my foundation is focused on underprivileged kids in inner city, just kind of bridging that gap and helping them just get the tools, the resources, everything needed to succeed in life. And I just had my first foundation event this past Friday, just raising money to get my first event coming in 2024, Teacher Scramble, which is going to help teachers in the inner city to help buy their students and everything needed for their classes. So raised a ton of money. I'm excited about it and happy that I had a great turnout and looking forward to the many things I'm able to do.
We're excited about
Yeah.
it.
And as a person that, knows a lot of teachers, I have a lot of friends that are teachers, and every year they send us their Amazon lists to help, build their classroom. It's very important for us to really try to give back to those who really taught us the things that we needed to know growing up. So I love that is your what your foundation is focusing on. Is very important for us to support our educators. And I look forward to seeing what else that you have in store for 2024 and beyond.
Yes, I've definitely got a lot more in store, but I know just starting out, this is going to be something that I'm looking forward to. I'm excited about and just can't wait to just help out, in this community. They've done so much for me and I just want to do the same.
That's awesome, man. We're so proud to be a part of that. TyusBowser.org
Yes.
is the website. And if I know Giving Tuesday is coming up.
Yep.
If you're in the giving mood, just
there's a QR code on there. Anything is helpful, and it all goes towards the foundation helping out with this first event, the Teacher Scramble. So anything is appreciated.
That's so awesome, man. You don't know that Pat and I have actually been involved with a charity together for years.
Really?
Yeah, we are both softies, is what we are. Now,
Okay.
I'm not quite as soft, I think, as Pat is,
Really?
which I know is weird to think.
Are
'cause
you
look,
are you comfortable saying that to his
I
face?
am.
That's what I'm saying.
you guys don't realize Pat Ricard, huge cat guy. Huge cat guy.
I didn't know this.
I have 3 cats at home. It wasn't always like that. I didn't love cats. I never had one growing up.
Where'd this come from?
My rookie year, my girlfriend at the time, wife now, she was, getting ready to go to grad school. She was here my rookie year, just by herself throughout the whole day. It was very lonely, didn't know many people down here. And she grew up with a cat, so she really wanted a cat. And I didn't like cats, never had one, and I was a dog guy.
Yeah.
And we went to a shelter and we saw a cat, and he was pretty cool.
Wow.
So we took him home, and he ended up being like the chillest little dude ever.
Really?
And then a year later, she's now in grad school. I'm in my 2nd season, and we realized our little guy, his name's Harrison. It was his name already. We kept it. It's Harrison Ford, because I'm a big Star Wars guy.
Okay.
We felt like he was kind of getting lonely. So we wanted to get a sibling, and my wife really wanted a cat named Penelope. And I didn't realize it was because of her favorite show. I think it's like CSI or something like that.
Okay.
And there's a girl named Penelope Garcia on the show.
I'm gonna have to trust you on that.
So
This is
she
like you
named
with
it
people.
after
I
her. So
don't
pretty
know.
much we went to go check another cat out. I really liked one. She really liked one. So I'm like, we're getting them both because I'm not leaving without the cat I want. So now we have 3. And they're all they're kind of like dogs.
Yeah.
They just want to love, cuddle, play. They don't pee or poop anywhere but the litter boxes. They don't scratch anything really. They're super nice with people. They're great. And they're self-automated,
So have you had the chance to kind of talk with Ronnie and Marlon? Because they're really big cat guys as well. Like, have you been able to talk to them?
Wait, who else is a cat guy?
Ronnie Stanley,
of course, right?
Marlon
Yeah.
Humphrey.
I didn't know Marlon was a
Yeah,
cat.
Marlon
has his-
always talks about
Yeah,
being a
he's got
cat guy.
Snowflake. Snowflake's like
Snowflake
Instagram
has his
famous.
own Instagram, like
Yeah,
more
yeah,
followers
yeah.
than me. Yeah.
Yeah.
We when Ronnie comes out and is really involved with Show Your Soft Side.
Yeah,
as
with
well.
dogs. Right.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
dogs.
He's a big softie.
big
Big softie.
big
Yeah,
softie,
yeah,
Ronnie Stanley.
Yeah.
I know that's been really important to you being involved with that group, Pat, and as you have entrenched yourself in this community, what it's meant to be able to give back and to help out, animals that need it in our community, I know has been a big deal for you as well.
Yeah. I mean, after getting my cats, it just shows that there's so many other animals that are in shelters or in need. And, if I can get involved and show your soft side by doing different events with them or whatever I can do. And besides that, just so many of my great teammates have so many foundations and so many different things that they do week after week that I try to get involved with and try to help those guys out in the community. So, it's a lot of great things that so many people are doing, and, it's hard not to be a part of it.
It's awesome. That's
Ty,
awesome.
Tyus, that bodes the question: are you an animal person? Do you have dogs at home, cats at home? Did you grow up with any animals?
So I didn't grow up with any animals besides whenever I go and see my dad in San Diego. He had a dog. And it was cool. Like, I didn't have any issues with dogs. Actually, dogs love me for some strange reason. They just like being around me.
They love
Dogs,
everybody.
no, they don't.
They
Dogs
really-
don't love everybody. Don't lie like that.
Any dog. They just, there's like an energy to them, and they just like to
Yes.
gravitate.
They know
towards
that you're a good person.
Yeah, but I mean,
They are
I don't.
perceptive.
Yeah, but I don't have a dog. I don't think I want a dog because it's a ton of responsibility.
The cat.
I have-
The cat is self-sufficient.
The same. The
No,
same.
it's easy.
No, you don't have to do anything with the cat.
I'm good on the cat.
There's a thing called a litter robot that literally cleans its litter for itself by itself.
Now, what's this called? Because I have a cat now.
Litter robot.
Okay.
It's pretty sweet.
See,
To
man,
Amazon I go.
Yeah.
man, I'm just too busy. I'll be having other things I'm trying to do. I don't need to be having no cat. You know, I see him here and then I check out the TV or something, and then he right behind my back, and I don't even know where you at. I ain't got time.
Oh,
for
you
that.
don't like the sneakiness.
No, I don't like the sneakiness.
Until you love them, then you accept the sneakiness.
See, I'm good on that. I'm good on that.
All right. Hey, the Ravens are currently the #1 seed in the AFC. Don't know.
Clap
if you
that up
heard.
now.
If you're starting to feel like a Festivus run might be coming, you can get them at +280 to win the AFC, +700 to win it all right now at Superbook. Download the Superbook app or visit superbook.com. Use the code GlennClark23, 2 N's in Glenn Clark23 when you sign up, and you'll receive a same-day first bet match, win or lose, up to $250. Tyus Bowser Show, Pressbox 105.7 The Fan. Pat, we had a conversation in the offseason, and you were like very open and honest about, I don't know what this is going to be like with a new offensive coordinator, right? Like, I don't know if there's a role for me. I don't know. And I appreciated how honest you were being about it. As it turns out, there's a hell of a role for you. Can you take me through what that was like? You know that the fullback position is not treated the same way everywhere in the NFL. How much confusion you had and how quickly you realized, like, oh no, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be just fine in this new offense.
Yeah, I mean, I've had 2 different coordinators since I've been here, and the first one used fullbacks a little bit, but the last one, Greg Roman, used it a lot. So like the last couple of years, I've been playing a lot. So we're having a new offensive coordinator. They bring in all these receivers, draft receivers, and you just don't know if they're going to completely just get away from the position and just run the ball, or, you know, just operate in a different way. And, you know, so I just wasn't really sure what he was going to do. And I couldn't control any of that. So I had hip surgery. So I just had to focus on that. And then once we started OTAs and mini camp and training camp, I wasn't doing anything and was just watching, and I could kind of see where I would fit in the offense because I couldn't be used in so much. And that's what Greg Roman did such a great job with me, was using my versatility and as a fullback, as a blocking tight end, and protections, and, you know, getting the ball here and there a little bit, to where, you know, where with Monkey and I could kind of see, you know, the guys we have and what would be asked of me. I could definitely see a role for me, and it was just it was at that point, okay, now I kind of see what I can do. You can see me see the player I am, so how smart I am, tough, physical, all that stuff, to where you can use me in different ways that maybe you didn't anticipate or think you could, and you know, that's all I could really do. And so that's what I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to keep trying to expand myself in the offense, try to play every single snap if I possibly can. But no, seriously, it's always a evolution for me. You know, I'm always asked to do different things I've never been done. So it's going to keep it rolling.
Tyus, you've talked about how your respect for Pat in terms of how he plays multiple positions. He's played defense, but he's also, you know, done multiple things on offense. So does he know that you feel fond about
You said, what was that last part?
multiple things?
What was that last part?
You've respected his game is basically what I'm
Oh,
saying.
absolutely.
So I said, does he know that you feel fond about him being multifaceted in football?
No, man. I mean, Pat is my guy, you know. Being a guy from Maine, I wasn't expecting to see that much from him, but just to see the type of guy he is, how hard he worked.
How did Tyus go in war on Maine, by the way? Like firing strays. at Maine.
Unprovoked.
It's a small school, you
It's a
know.
small school.
I was
you know.
undrafted, same draft class though, so
Yeah,
we've
he
been here
knows
together
that.
through it
He
all.
knows that. So I mean, for me to just see the evolution of him, just being able to play defense and understanding the situation that he's in, and try to make the most of what he's able to do. And you've seen it work for him. I mean, imagine trying to run in front of a 6'4", 300-pound guy playing fullback. Like that's something that you have nightmares of. And for him to come from defense to, you know, learn the offense and just to be productive, simple as that, to be productive on that side and do what he does. I mean, that just shows you how versatile, how athletic, how great this guy is. And there's a reason why You know,
What else?
they
What else?
call
What else?
they call him Pro Bowl Pat. You know, so
This man has all the nicknames in the world,
Pro
right?
Bowl Pat,
Pro
man,
Bowl,
Pancake,
Pancake, Pat, Project.
I tried to
Pat.
give him
pretty-
pineapple Pat at one point because he's a good American and respects that pineapple belongs on
It
pizza.
does not.
That works
Oh.
too.
And we phased that one out, didn't we? Real
Yeah.
fast.
Yes, we did.
That one didn't stick, but I still appreciate his opinion, and I'm not sure how I feel now that I know that about you, Tyus. I'm not going to look at you in the same way. Has there ever been, I don't think you guys don't really do Oklahoma drills anymore, but like, has there ever been a collision between the two of you guys at practice over the years?
I mean, in like training camp and stuff like that.
yeah.
But I try to do my best to make the business move, the best executive move.
They're smart.
Yeah, we're smart people, man. We're smart. But
we practice enough against each other.
But-
And we kind of grandfather a little bit, brother-in-law a little bit. Like,
Yeah,
we're not
you
gonna
gotta
like
take care of each other.
go like I'm not gonna pancake go in practice.
Yeah. But we also know too that we got a
What
2.5 hour
benevolent
practice.
guy too, right?
Yeah, he's a good dude. You know, he cares about my career just like he cares about his.
Exactly.
As long as we both do our job and we doing it, in the way that they want us to, that's all that matters.
Pat, what you said a second ago, though, undrafted, like what you've carved out, there's kids here wearing your jersey, right? Like you're a fullback that went undrafted. Nothing was guaranteed to you. You're 7 years in, you're on your way to a 5th Pro Bowl. Like, do you ever reflect on like how truly remarkable this journey is and like how cool it is to be embraced by this community the way that you've been?
Yeah, I mean, going to Maine, that was my only Division I scholarship. So just doing that itself was a big achievement. And the NFL was just kind of like a pipe dream. I just knew if I worked really hard and I had a vision and, I think anything's possible. And that's what I did. And just me being in the NFL alone is more than I ever thought was possible. So like everything else is just icing on the cake. And I just take it one day at a time and just, like I said, just work as hard as I can and have a vision and a goal. And, it's not just me. It's also great support from my teammates, my coaches, this community. Like I didn't play offense in college. So like that alone was a big learning curve. So I had to really lean on a lot of people and I have a great support system with my wife, my 3 cats, Harrison, Milo, and Penelope. And then also,
They're listening too, so I'm glad you got
Yeah.
their names in. They would have been really offended.
so like it's it's definitely crazy and I cherish every day and I'm grateful for every opportunity and just try to make the most of it because you just never know when it's going to be over. So yeah, it's definitely been a crazy ride so far and it's going to keep going. Still want a couple more solid years and maybe a little more. I don't know, but year 7, it's been a while. It's been a wild ride so far.
But also, this is a town that is very fond of their fullbacks. If you look back into the history of, Ravens fullback, Vontae Leach comes here often. LaRon McClain was one of the players of the game recently. So I think you did a great job of transitioning from defense to fullback. This town will love you forever just based off of you being a fullback alone.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's definitely been like a fullback factory here for some reason. I don't know why. And then as soon as I came here in 2017, my rookie year, that's when Kyle Juszczyk was the fullback and he left in free agency. So they needed a fullback and I was on a drafted D lineman. Just thinking I was doing pretty good. I thought I was like, oh, like I can actually play with these guys. And then all of a sudden a weekend, they're like, hey, do you want to try to rip a fullback? And I'm like, sure. Like I'll be the water boy if I have to make the team. And now here we are. So it's, definitely try to embrace it. Baltimore's a gritty city and my position's very gritty. So I can relate a lot and people can relate to me and what I do. So, go fullbacks, I guess.
I love that. Go fullbacks. We need to start like a Pat McAfee, like a For the Brand version for fullbacks.
So,
Yes.
So my rookie year, I think it was Keith Smith's a fullback. He's in year like 10 right now with the Falcons, and he has a fullback line, a brand called "Make Fullbacks Great Again."
Yeah.
So
I don't
know.
that might be embraced by everybody. That might-
but like the message is there. Utilize and use fullbacks
Right,
more.
Right. I like
But
that.
yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Hey, Tyus, not to end this segment on a downer, but we were at your event on Friday night and we talked to you about some loss that you experienced in your life recently. And you had a powerful message that you shared when you talked about your teammates from Houston that had passed away. Would you be willing to share with everybody just a little reflection about those guys and how important it is to you that we all tell people that we love them?
Yeah, absolutely. This past well, not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before, three of my teammates back in college were killed in a car accident that morning. And those three guys are guys that I either played with or that was a mentor or just a guy that I looked up to. DJ Hayden, who's played many years in the league, was a first-round draft pick. He had left the year that I came in, and just as a freshman, just watching him get drafted out of Houston, you know, that was such a motivator for me to be in the same shoes as him and just be able to trade jerseys with him, just being able to sit down, work out with him, you know, for the amount of off seasons that I've had, and just being able to talk and just connect and being able to vibe and just be around him was amazing. And another one was Zach McMillan. He was actually one of my mentors my freshman year. He was a senior at the time, played cornerback. But one of the things that he always told me that I always kept with me was if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. And that's one of the things that I always carry with me, you know, throughout my career in the league, as far as just always making sure that, you know, I got my body right, mental right, make sure that I'm in the playbook, knowing everything that I'm doing. Even outside of football, little foundational stuff, things like this, just making sure that I'm prepared to be at my best. And, you know, he played a big part in my life. And the last guy is Ralph. He was actually one of our tackles my freshman year. He was a senior as well. And I just make it a joke of just how I had my first ever fight with him, just as an old lineman, you know, defensive end battles. And that was the first time that, you know, he tested my manhood and just tested my integrity, the type of guy that I am. And, you know, I had to stand up for myself. And that was a part of me that I learned. And from there, like, he respected me, I respected him. And it was always sharpen iron sharpen. So just being able to be around those guys, man. And I say that because I was just with them before our first game against the Texans. We had that little week off to be able to go back home. We had our first game in Houston, and I seen all three of those guys. I hugged them. We was hanging out, talking, catching up, and, you know, in a matter of months, they're gone. And that really affected me that entire week. And it was just one of those things where, you know, you just got to appreciate those moments. You got to appreciate those times of being around, you know, your people, your loved ones, those people that you appreciate, because you just never know when that time is done. So, you know, I always say to love, make sure you reach out to the people that you love and tell them that you love them, you know. And that's what I did when I was around. I'm like, bro, I love you, dog. Appreciate everything that you done for me. You know, it's always good seeing you, brother. You know, it's all love this way. Like, I make sure that I tell them that, because, you know, they played a big part in my life. And then even so, you just never know when your time is done. So, you know, make sure you reach out to your loved ones. Make sure you tell them that you love them, that you appreciate them. And man, just continue to live, you know, each and every day, you know, 10 toes down, live in the moment, because you just never know.
That's wonderful, man. That's wonderful. I'm sorry about the loss that you experienced, but I can tell you that this dude, he means what he's saying. When he talks to us, it's always, I love you, I appreciate you. And that always means the world to me. So
Absolutely.
Thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
All right. Tyus Bowser Show. It's brought to you by our friends at Grade 8's Memorabilia. And if you're in the holiday spirit and want to help those in need while meeting some of your favorite players, then check out Grade 8's Memorabilia's Rolling with Santa Bowling Party and Toy Drive on Saturday, December 16th at Parkville Lanes with Keaton Mitchell and Brandon Stevens. Tickets are $49 for adults, $25 for kids, with a family 4-pack, just $125, or $200 for a full lane rental for 6 people. Includes 2 hours of bowling, shoe rental, pizza and drinks, a gift from Santa for the kids, and the meet and greet. Get your tickets now, grade8smemorabilia.com with the number 8. We got one more segment to go. We got to talk about Thanksgiving, so we'll do that next. Pat Ricard's here. Tyus Bowser's here. It's the Tyus Bowser Show, Press Box 105.7 The Fan. And welcome back in for segment number 3 of the Tyus Bowser Show, Press Box 105.7 The Fan. We are live at Mother's North Grille in Timonium with Tyus and Pat Ricard.
I am very disappointed in the young man over here. He didn't yell out Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. We were waiting for you to yell. We're back on. There we
There you
go.
go. There you go.
Go.
Hey, shout out to the whole crew here at Mothers who've been taking care of us. Thank you to my guy Tag, the whole team. Thank you for all that. Don't forget, every Wednesday at Mother's North Grill in Timonium, karaoke from 8 to 11 p.m. DJs every Thursday from 9 to midnight. Come out, hang out with us at Mother's North Grill in Timonium.
I'm gonna get Tyus because remember he owes us a song.
That's right.
So
That's
me and
right.
Tyus supposed to do a duo. So we have to come back out here and do our duo, Tyus. I didn't forget.
Oh God, sorry, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Y'all missed Tyus and Rita cutting up the dance floor.
Yes, you
on
did.
Friday
Yes, you
night.
did.
We got to see Tyus's Park Heights strut.
Yeah.
That was awesome. We had been waiting for that one for a little while.
Yeah.
So is shirt on or off, Tyus? Because
It was on. I had on the
it
whole
was
suit.
on.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
It's like, sometimes that shirt comes off.
No, not at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
We all saw the pictures, Tyus. What are you talking? Halloween
And
last year?
videos. And the videos.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
No, that happened. We all saw it. Every
So
young
it's-
lady in this house saw it.
Halloween costume or something.
I have no idea what you're talking
What?
about.
Just, he just
Erase
did
it
the
out your-
Men in Black memory flash.
Erase that out of your
That
mind,
was
people.
Great. All right, Thanksgiving this week. How hard in the paint do you get to go on Thanksgiving when you got to play a football game a couple days later?
Honestly, it shouldn't be too bad since it's on a Thursday. We travel Friday, and then we'll be there for a few days. So I think it'll.
But I
think
mean,
it'll
like
bypass.
at the dinner table on Thursday,
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad.
you get to consume a little bit.
A little bit.
Okay.
I've been trying to watch what I eat, because I'm still not out there playing yet. So I'm trying to make sure I'm fit,
Game shape.
game
Yeah.
shape. Absolutely.
What are you? Okay, Pat. What are you going? What's the thing that like you're ready to risk it all for on the Thanksgiving plates?
So don't be mad at me, guys, but I'm one of the people that kind of thinks Thanksgiving food
No.
is kind of overrated.
No. No.
It's a turkey for me. I don't know. I must have had bad turkey growing up because I don't
You
know.
never
I
had
don't be
fruit with
hitting
turkey
like that. No, see, that's
Okay,
probably
so
why. Yeah.
yes, this is why.
I
For
don't
me,
think I've had a fried turkey either,
yeah, I guess it's a.
but I want to
it's a
try
thing.
it though.
You know what it is? This is a two Americas thing, Rita. This is a two Americas situation.
Oh my God.
But Glenn, you've had fried turkey.
I of course have had fried
So-
turkey. I last year I did my own Cajun turkey. It was wonderful. I
Okay.
injected as much Creole butter in that thing as I possibly could.
Okay.
It was magical. It saved me from my sins.
Please
Oh,
save
wow.
Pat
That's
some
amazing.
if you do it again this year,
I'm
so he
gonna
can have a
have to,
taste, and
man.
then he can change his mind about the best holiday.
What,
of
okay,
all.
like what about dessert? Like, do you even
That's where I go in.
okay?
Pumpkin pie, it's usually cheesecake, usually apple pie or so. Is there other good desserts?
The
I don't
correct
know.
answer, of course, is pecan pie, but I'll accept
Okay.
those as well. They're like that's okay. Those are decent answers.
Okay.
What about you, Tyus? What's the go-to dessert for you on Thanksgiving?
And I think we're a little different, maybe. I mean, we be doing a chocolate cake, we be doing a 7-Up cake, we be doing what you say, a pumpkin cake. Not the pumpkin cake, but a pecan.
Pecan
my
pie.
fault. Pecan, my fault. Like a German chocolate cake,
Yeah.
red velvet
Y'all
cake.
just be doing like a dessert table.
You know,
You got-
we're a little different on our side, but
That's why I'm coming to
yeah.
your house next year.
Oh man. I'm going to somebody else. I'm going to somebody else's house. So we're gonna make sure we're gonna make sure we good on that part. So
All right. So we heard you say that Thanksgiving is overrated. I'm gonna ignore that. But let's pick
This
an
is the
let's
Just
pick
the food. Just
let's
the
pick an
food.
overrated dish at Thanksgiving. What do you consider the most overrated dish for
It's the
Thanksgiving?
turkey.
oh,
So you
It's the
just don't like
turkey.
turkey.
It makes you sleepy. It's usually dry.
See, this is what I'm saying. You got to have fried turkey.
I know. It's got to be the turkey. It's got to be the turkey.
we got
Everything else I like.
Okay.
Even cranberry sauce is pretty good. Most people don't like cranberry sauce.
I don't like
that
cranberry.
is an unpopular
Hey.
opinion too. I like cranberries.
What's the most overrated dish for Thanksgiving? Okay.
Ham.
Okay.
I don't see how people eat ham.
I don't get it. There's no need.
I
What
don't
if-
see the point.
Ham's a Christmas dish.
I agree.
that too.
Or Easter.
Anything.
Wait, you just
that's
don't
ham.
like ham and it's not just on Thanksgiving. You just don't like ham.
Yeah, I don't like ham. So
Where did that come from?
I think just growing up you know, we didn't have much, so we always grew up on like bologna, turkey, sandwich meat, like the chicken, like rotisserie chicken.
Rotisserie chickens.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was on, and then the ham just really threw me off. You know, I'm kind of big on texture, so it wasn't good on. It
Man,
wasn't good
I
at
don't
all.
know how I feel about any of this. These are all wonderful things that you guys hate, and it bothers me to my core
Why?
because I thought I respected you.
Oh, wow.
I knew I thought I respected because Pat had such a good take about pizza, and now I found out he doesn't.
So, do you know what goes well with ham?
Pineapple.
You know, is ham salty, pineapple sweet, put them together.
It's
Bang.
a nice balance.
That
Yeah.
doesn't sound good at all.
Put pineapples on the ham. It gives it the flavor.
No, I'm good.
Man, do you like pork in general? Do you?
Yeah, I
Okay.
eat pork.
All
Yeah,
right.
I eat bacon and all that stuff. Yeah,
All right. Bro, I got to make sure you have.
yeah, I eat bacon.
Who goes war on ham? Ham is delicious.
Me,
Ham is
I also do too.
All right. I got
Good
nothing.
on. I'm good on the
Maybe
ham.
this really, maybe it's another True American
I have eaten,
situation.
I've eaten, no, because my mom loves it. I have eaten more than enough ham in my lifetime. And that's
Alright.
probably why.
All right. Who would it be? Who on the team would you trust to prepare a Thanksgiving meal?
A Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah, which of your teammates?
If like all of them could cook.
They got to cook. One teammate's got to prepare the whole meal. Got to do all of it. Which one of your teammates would you trust? And which one of them, if you found out they were preparing a Thanksgiving meal, you would say, "There's no chance in hell I'm going to that house."
That would probably be either Ronnie or Marlon. If Ronnie and Marlon said they were making me a Thanksgiving meal,
You just don't
I'm
trust their
not
ability to
eating
prepare food.
anything.
I'll probably put Marlon up there as well.
Yeah.
Um,
No. I don't
I'll
even
put
think-
like Dafe in there as well.
yeah.
Wait, who would you trust?
Who would I trust?
Yeah, who would you say? I'll let them make the meal this time.
Honestly, probably Kevin Zeitler.
Oh man, that
That's
guy loves to grill.
That's a
Yeah.
really good one.
That's actually where I'm going on Thanksgiving.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is he preparing the
No,
turkey?
no. I think his,
I was hoping
his
we could
wife,
stay
and they're
there.
probably gonna order some stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
His wife likes to bake.
Bake. She bakes every week. She gives Kevin treats to give to the whole team
Yeah.
every
Amazing.
Saturday morning.
Amazing.
What's the best thing that?
I don't know. It's just every week is something different.
Something different, and it's
crazy.
amazing.
Is it like you're in elementary school again? and
Yeah,
somebody
yes.
brings-
Comes
yeah.
in with like just
Do you look forward to it? Like, are you like, it's Saturday. I can't
treat
wait
day.
to see
I
what
mean-
this is.
Like I literally walk because normally the plate is like right there where Nelson Aguilar, so he's probably like 2 or 3 lockers from me, and I walk in, and that's the first place I look at is like where his locker is, and I see the 2 silver platters, and I'm like, yes, there's something. let's see what's been cooking. So let me see what's going on here.
That's awesome.
The cookies from
I
brownies.
seen like the
to
red velvet
everything.
cupcakes were popular.
yeah.
Yeah.
She
God.
made these key lime pie little tarts.
Mm.
I had like 10 of them. That was ridiculous. I'm like, bro, you need to take these because I'm gonna eat the whole thing.
All right, you made the right choice of where to go for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
definitely the place to be.
I'm
this.
gonna make sure that
Oh.
you grab me some.
All right. Yeah.
Because I know she's gonna be coming
Yeah.
with some heat.
Tyus Bowser Show, Press Box 1057, The Fan. Hey, what company has the expertise and technology to make your home substantially more energy efficient, comfortable, and even virus free? It's AJ Michaels Heating and Air Conditioning in Baltimore and Annapolis at ajmichaels.com. All right, the hard hitting journalism. You got a former teammate that's back in the league now. Joe Flacco's back with the Cleveland Browns. Are you like selfishly rooting now that you guys get to play him again in the playoffs so you can see your boy?
I'm not even sure how to answer that.
Well, it's week 12, so we have to kind of see who's making the playoffs first
All
off.
right. All right.
And secondly, we love Joe, right, guys? We love
Yeah, we
Joe,
love-
right? He's a pretty good guy.
Well,
right?
We do, but he's a
We do.
Brown now.
I
so
know,
it's
I
a
know.
little-
We,
you know,
we like to
that's
call
kinda-
the ops now. He's what we like to
Yeah.
call the ops.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not cool, Joe. It's not cool. But I hope he does well enough to where they either don't make playoffs, but if they do, hope he sucks in the playoffs.
There we go. There we go. That is the
You know what I'm
correct
saying?
answer. I think
Yeah.
that is exactly
Yeah.
the right
I
answer.
still love Joe Flacco. Don't
That's cool. That's cool. I love that. I love that. Like you still have that. Have you stayed in touch with them over the years, Pat?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Love the guy. Haven't talked to him in a while though.
Yeah.
Love and respect him though.
No, all right. I appreciate
Great player.
that. Oh, nothing
Yeah.
but respect for that guy. Nothing but respect for it. So Reed and I were on the radio last week, and a topic came up, Tyus. You're a resident basketball guy.
Yes.
How do we talk about Draymond Green? Like, how do we have a conversation about a man who is truly a psychopath, but yet is also a four-time NBA champion and a significant part of the reason why they're four-time NBA champions? How do we talk about that, dude?
I mean, there's respect behind his name, but there's also questions behind that name as well, as far as, and he's a vet, and many years has proved himself, countless times, ton of championships. So it's hard to separate those things, especially when he has the accolades to back it up, So I'm not sure how to really answer that
But he's
question.
also a clown. Like
He is a
yes.
clown, but
I think that his issue is the same issue that Golden State is dealing with, and how to deal with Draymond Green, right?
Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure he was kind of like that, but not as bad as he is now then. But like I said, he has the accolades. He's a vet now. Like, he has a lot more leeway. The league know how he acts. So he's able to kind of do what he do now and not get the repercussions like he would if this was his first or second year, So it's just one of those kind of like vet move type things where he can kind of do whatever he wants just because, he's Draymond. But at the same time, like, you can't be doing the extra.
Bro, he just choked
Wait.
the dude.
Yeah.
Choke. He tried to put him to sleep.
Yeah, he really.
Do you believe in the theory?
All right.
Wait, real quick. Do you believe in the theory that he likes getting put out when Steph doesn't play? Because apparently this has been a thing.
He just tries to get himself kicked out of games when Steph's not playing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe just because that's how he gets his stats, pick and roll game, just finding him, setting up picks, because they have a really good chemistry with each other. Like, he understands his role. He understands what he needs to do to get Steph the ball and get him his points to help that team win. And when you don't have that, like, I feel like he's out of rhythm. He really can't figure out as far as his job, because, he doesn't score like he used to, and maybe he has to score the ball a little bit more. Maybe he has to do more than he normally would, just because he has two of the best shooters ever in the game, and one of them is not there. So, I mean, I think it's just tough for him. So I think it's like, man, I just don't want to be here right now. I think I'm gonna just choke somebody out. I got enough money invested to be able to take care of these funds, and I'll just see y'all Tuesday or Friday, So,
What a weirdo. What a weirdo he is.
different guy, man. Different guy.
Pat, I know you're familiar with this because I saw on your Twitter that this video came across to you. I don't know if Tyus has seen it or not. There was a particularly viral video from the game last Thursday night of somebody's dad who was having an awful lot of fun.
Oh,
Yeah. So I ask you both this question. If that was your dad, Pat, I'll start with you. Would you be mad at him? Would you want to shake his hand? Would you want to go high five and say, love you, Dad?
So my dad is extremely quiet.
Okay.
Right? So if my dad were to do that, it would be quite a sight to see, because I don't think I would ever think he would ever do something like that. And secondly, he's also married to my mom still. So and he's doing it at my work.
Okay, let's
So it's like-
let's
So awkward.
let's
But
get away from it.
if that's my friend's dad,
Yeah.
then I'm kind of all for it. I think
Yeah.
it's pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Tyus, what if it was your friend's dad?
I think I'll be for it too. Like,
Right.
grown man.
Good year for you. You're
Having fun.
Exactly.
You're having
You
fun on a
you're
Thursday.
enjoying yourself. Yeah. Hey,
Like, the young lady clearly seemed to be totally like,
I was rooting him on.
right?
I was rooting him on. I mean, he was having a blast, man. We don't know what that
Definitely
man
good
been going
time.
through, and he had a time for 30 seconds.
Legitimately the best 30 seconds of his life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
Got to win and got to dance.
Right.
Nice look.
I don't think there's ever been a better
Sound
night
like
of
a great
football
night
than
to me, man.
His life's peaked. That's
Yeah.
it.
Imagine that guy like going back to work at the car dealership.
Don't
It's
know
like,
how to act.
like
Come in with a
that
lane.
guy,
I'm
everybody's
just feeling like the man when I walk through. Just feeling good about
He's the
himself.
man of the office.
Man at all.
strangers walking in, just like, wait a second. Are you? I have to. I want to shake your hand. I want to.
Because it's been
Got
seen
tear
millions of
down
times. So
everything.
you know that the whole metropolitan area has seen it
Yeah.
at this point. We all know who he is.
Man, that guy. I need to find him. We need to get him on the show this week.
I know, huh?
I gotta track that guy down to talk to him. All right. Sunday night, back on the road, back in LA against the Chargers. I ask it this way only because there have been a couple that have gone the wrong way, right? Do you have to say anything like, hey, let's not lose focus, let's not forget, you know, things aren't going well for those guys right now. Do you have to have that conversation, or does everything that happened against, say, Cleveland, does that not matter at this point?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, we just focus on ourselves. We don't worry about other teams, other players, coaches, what's being said, because none of that matters. So we just focus on ourselves. We'll be fine. You know, we're where we are for a reason. You know, we're not just hoping things are going a certain way because of a guy's playing or not playing or what they're doing and what they're saying, all that, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. All that matters is how we play. And in my opinion, if we can play how we can play, I don't think anybody can beat us. So like, that's all that matters. We just keep focusing on ourselves and just keep getting better week after week and keep improving. Then the sky's the limit for this team.
How weird is it to like, you're still not at the bye yet, by the way? Like, how weird. I've heard guys say, though, that they kind of like the idea of a late bye. I know a couple of them wondered, like, is it taking a toll on you to have the late bye? Like, I guess you're not the guy. It's always awkward. I look at Tyus and he's like, right, I'm not playing, bro.
It's definitely a late buy, that's for sure. I think the good thing is that we've been winning. So when you're kind of winning, you're kind of getting on a roll. So you kind of just keep, you know, stacking wins, stacking practices, and keep getting better. And thankfully for us, we just had this Thursday night game. So Coach Harbaugh, you know, was all happy with the win. So he gave us 4 straight days off. It's cool. Today was our first day back. And then we have this game. We got, you know, kind of stinks. We got to go all the way to LA. But then we have a bye. So it's like we have a lot of rest right now this past week and next week, to where we can really finish the season strong. You know, if we had our bye like week 3 or something, you know, you're kind of tired from training camp and start of the season, but then you have to go a long haul with no break whatsoever. So, you know, I might have liked it our bye maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but at the same time, like we're kind of on a roll and a rhythm. I think it helps. Sometimes teams come off a bye and they kind of are a little sluggish, and, you know, because they haven't played football in almost a week. But I think it's coming at a perfect time for us. I think if we can, you know, take care of business this weekend and, you know, get healthy, and we have a really tough stretch at the end of the season. We're playing all playoff teams, you know, from here on out. So it's going to be tough. But yeah, I think the bye is the perfect time right now.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, when you look at it, you guys will only have played one game in 23 days or something like that. So it feels like it's hard to, you know, and you already mentioned, like, if you're in a groove, you know, and now you're on a bye, I don't know if that means that you get a little rusty when you come out of the bye, or, you know, do you feel, you know, relieved because you've had a break, but then you just had a mini break? Like, you know, how do you push through that, knowing that, well, we just had a mini bye and now we're having a real bye, but making sure that you're focused moving forward?
I think it all depends on the culture of the team, the coaches, and just the players that are in that locker room. You know, I think we have a very mature team to where I think guys understand who we are as a team and what our end goal is, to where they're going to do the right things to get their bodies, their mind right, to go on this run. Because if you don't, and you're just partying all week and traveling and just doing all this stupid stuff, you're not going to play well. And I think we have the right guys in the locker room and the right culture and leadership to understand that. And so I don't think that's going to be a big challenge for us. If anything, it's just only going to help us get fresh, you know, for that long stretch.
Yeah, eating key lime tarts all week. You just can't be doing that
Exactly.
type of stuff. You got to make sure you stay right.
Do you guys remember back in the, because you mentioned like early buys, I don't know if you guys remember this, but back in the day when there were uneven teams, you used to have buys every week. So
Yeah.
remember, there would be a team that would start out week 1 with a bye.
This is before the Texans.
You guys were
existed.
probably,
Yeah, yeah.
not, I
This
don't know if you were
is-
born
say,
yet or
I'm
not,
For
but
like a minute,
What
there were
was
31
this?
teams
yeah,
in the
yeah. So when the
NFL.
Texans came in 2002, it unevened the
Yeah.
teams. So
Yeah.
every week there was somebody had to have a bye, which meant somebody had to have a bye week 1.
Yeah. Wow.
Can't imagine, right?
Nah, not no bye week 1.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
That's
That
crazy.
ain't gonna work.
I mean, it would kind of be nice though to get some rest after training camp because some training camps they've been pretty tough,
Yeah.
especially Ravens training camp. But
Not
yeah,
that
I
long.
mean, you want to play week 1, that's for sure.
Right. Yeah,
Like-
right. You got to get going.
Yeah.
All right, would y'all please make some more noise for Tyus Bowser and Pat Ricard? I told you before, the Ravens currently the #1 seed in the AFC, and if you're feeling something, you can get them at +280 to win the AFC, +700 to win it all at Superbook. Download the Superbook app, visit superbook.com, use the code GlennClark23 when you sign up. You'll get a same-day first bet match up to $250, win or lose. And remember that if you or a loved one has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit helpmygamblingproblem.org for free confidential services. Pat, thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with us tonight, despite some really dreadful moments. I mean, just
It's okay.
really unforgivable things
It's
that
okay.
occurred. We still love you.
Yes. Thank you, Tyus, for having me. Thank you to mothers, right? This is
Yes,
mothers. Thank you
absolutely.
to mothers. And thank you to everyone that came out. I appreciate it. And go Ravens.
No doubt. Tyus, love you, buddy.
Love you too, man.
Next Tyus Bowser show, we're taking a 3-week break. December 12th will be the next Tyus Bowser show. We'll be announcing the location here. Had to move a couple things around. December 12th will be the next Tyus Bowser show, and we will announce the location momentarily. Reeta, appreciate you. Love you.
Love you
Thanks
too,
to everybody
sir.
at Press Box. Thanks to the crew here at Mothers. For the entire crew, I am Glenn Clark. This has been the Tyus Bowser Show.